My name's Tom Stevens. I live in Lincoln, Nebraska. I have all my life. I work at a group home, and I've been on the radio. I do sports talk for a living.
That's Tom Stevens in today.
A lot of heartache, too, because we do focus on Husker football and basketball, which have not been hugely successful as of late. But it's fun talking about them. I was in a line at Starbucks once, and there's Bo. And I go, hey, thinking, he knows who I am. And he's like, yeah. So I have a passion for Husker football, and I've followed it all my life. Most Nebraskans believe we're going to be back. And I believe that as well.
He's very genuine. He never gives himself enough credit. He's always making everybody else laugh and feel better. He's always very competitive. When we do take walks or whatever, it's kind of like, who's going to get there first, or who's going to lose the most weight, or who's going to, all those types of things.
I'm the guy that yells at the TV, as Heidi could tell you, if Nebraska's not doing well. I've thrown a few remotes. I've broken a few remotes.
Yes, competitive is a part of his nature.
I showed up for a shift after doing an overnight at a group home. I have a part-time job working at a group home, which I love to do. But sometimes you come in after doing an overnight, maybe a couple of Red Bulls, 5 cups of coffee. I hadn't eaten breakfast. I didn't feel well. And I said, you know what? I'm heading home. I don't feel great. Fortunately, my brother was there. And I asked my brother when I got home to say a quick prayer for me. Because I said, this is not good. And I should have had him at that point call 911. But I didn't. And I collapsed on my bedroom floor. My brother calls 911, and they tell him, start CPR. I think he performed for maybe 3 minutes before he collapsed. In exhaustion. That's a long time doing CPR. But the EMTs were there within 5 to 6 minutes.
Well, it came in as an echo. Here in the Lincoln system, an echo is a cardiac arrest. We use priority dispatch, so it's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, our call priorities. Echo is a cardiac arrest, bystander CPR in progress. The engine and the medic unit and myself, we all got there right about the same time.
They were there extremely quickly, and they used a device called the Lucas device.
Okay, so she's our rescuer doing manual compressions. And again, we come in from the opposite side, lock it in place, and then again the opposite arm goes through the rescuer's arms, lock it in place, and then once we are ready to go, okay, go ahead and pause. Plunger goes down, we lock it into place, and now we're off and running. We can keep mechanical chest compressions going while we're moving down steps, freeing up rescuers. With him still being in cardiac arrest during transport, you're getting better chest compressions in the back of a medic unit. It's safer for us in the back of the medic unit while transport is going.
I don't remember any of it, but I do know that those guys saved my life.
I actually saw them bring him in. He was as blue as my shirt is right now. It was a scary time. It was very scary. And then they said just because he'd been under the CPR for so long that it would be best if they put him into this coma so they could recover. And so then they said, now we have to wait.
A couple of days later, after coming out of a coma, they do the whole thing, clap the hands, and you wake up. I open my eyes. I said, where am I? I see Heidi and Dr. John Botta. And Heidi says, well, you're in the hospital. I said, what happened? And she said, well, you had a heart attack. And I said, well, it must have been the baked potatoes. Baked potato. I could see the look on Heidi. Baked potatoes. And I think they thought, well, nobody's home. Actually, the better answer would have been hot dogs, because I had won a Nathan's hot dog eating contest like 3 or 4 days previous, I think, I ate 6-foot-long Nathan's hot dogs. I won the amateur division, by the way. It wasn't the professional. It's the grossest thing ever, but I'm pretty proud of it.
At the record show, there are no hot dogs nor baked potatoes in our house right now.
I think you think you're invincible. You think that, you know, I work out, I eat right, you know, there's no way this is a heart attack. I'm young. But when I collapsed, I thought this might be the end. But of course, I did live, and Heidi knows Tom Osborne. She worked on his campaign. He called me. He called me. He didn't have to do that. He did that. He doesn't even know me. He said something like, Tom, you gotta eat right. You gotta take care of yourself. How cool is that? I never would be here talking about this or going to a hard ball or even thinking about it. But it affects probably somebody in your family. It affected me. And to give your time and energy to something like this, I'm so grateful that people do, because it saves lives.
So being able to have him here means everything, and so that we can grow old together and hopefully watch the Huskers do well.
The chances weren't good that I was going to survive. I know it sounds cliche, but it does make you take every day or think about every day in a more meaningful way, because you don't know when your last day is going to be. You have no idea. That could have been in 2015, my last day. It gives you a chance to be better for your family, for your... I mean, I'm blessed with the best person in the world as my wife, but what a family. And hopefully I can give back to them a little more, give back to the world a little more. And that's what more time means to me. I think, you know, that's one of the big things that the American Heart Association is giving us, is extra time. And that is so valuable for all of us. Huge.